Okay, now let's go and start setting up TubePress. We go down to settings here, and then we'll go down and we'll go into TubePress. Now there's lots of different options in here. I'll go over some of them with you. There's no need to go over every little thing because we're using this in a certain way. Okay, so you can bring in from a user's favorites and then you put that user ID in here. So you can bring in your own favorites or somebody else's favorites. So if you want to bring in videos that you've marked as favorites, then you put your user ID in here and you check this circle. Same here, we can have featured videos on YouTube's homepage and we can just click there and it'll bring those in. We have the most discussed videos. If you click that, it'll bring those in. Most recently added videos, again, it'll bring those in. Most responded to videos. Okay, so those are pretty straightforward. Then you can set up playlists within YouTube. And then you can put the playlist ID in here. Let me just show you how that works. Okay, so you can sign into your account on YouTube. If you don't have one, of course, you need to set one up. And then you can find videos that you like. So let's just do dog tricks, for instance. Okay, and then we'll just go into one here. Let's pause this. And you'll see here it says add to. And then when you click on that, it says saved to your playlist. Okay, and you'll see here where it says watch later and we have options. What we can do is here you can clear all videos from this list. You can edit or delete this playlist. So let's go into there and it brings up the playlist here. Now we can edit the details and then we can give this playlist a name. So we could say dog list, for instance. You can give it a description and tags and save that. Okay, now you have that playlist. So you can add things to that playlist and that are related to the topic. So in this case it's the dog tricks. Okay, so you can have as many playlists as you want. Now, if we want to play the playlist, let's go to play all. Okay, let's pause this. Now you'll see up here it says list equals and there's a number after that. So this is what you want. Right after the equal sign, you copy that and then you take that, and this would be the playlist ID here. Just paste that in there. So that's how you can use a playlist. Thing about a playlist is you can control exactly what's in there. Now we're not going to do it this way because we want this to be automated. So, but this is an option. If you want to do it this way, you can bring in playlist. Okay, most viewed videos from today. YouTube search for it. Now this is the one we're going to use here. So we're going to say dog tricks. Okay, so that's what you're going to use. This is going to be the main theme of your site here. Now there are ways to bring in different videos for other pages that we're going to go over in a little bit here. But for the time being, you want to put what you want on your home page here. Okay, there's some other ones here of different selections that we're not going to use. And then you have Vimeo down here. So you can use Vimeo as well. We're just going to be using YouTube. Okay, so let's save that. Now, appearance. This is the TubePress theme appearance. Okay, so you have a default, a sidebar, so they're on the sidebar, horizontal, or Vimeo. Okay, so you can set these afterward. You can check out how they all look and then pick the favorite one at a later time. Okay, Ajax enabled pagination. This is just the way it shows the next pages there. So we can enable that. And then the way you want to play each video, normally you're going to want to leave it at normally. It plays at the top of your gallery, but you can choose any of these others if you like as well. Okay, then you can pick your videos per page, whether you want to use high quality thumbnails. Okay, and then you have the height and the width of your thumbnails, so you can control that as well. Here, how you want your videos ordered, so you can pick this the way you want it to be. Pick randomly. Whether you want to show the pagination above the thumbnails or below the thumbnails. Okay, and then you can randomize the thumbnails, because most videos have a number of thumbnails, so you can just have it randomize them for you. Whether you want to use relatives dates like yesterday instead of the actual date. And the maximum description. Okay, this is just the number of characters in the description. Okay, let's save that. Okay, embedded player. We're going to switch this to the JW FLV media player. That's just because we don't want to use the default player that YouTube provides. Okay, and then you have your max height and max width. You can change this if your theme if it doesn't fit right in your theme. Whether you want to autoplay videos, allow full screen playback, you can disable that if you don't want to allow that. Okay, high definition when available. Whether you want a loop, and then you have your colors here. It's your main color and your highlight color. You can mess around with these. I'd suggest leaving it at the default and then change them if you don't like it. Whether you want to show related videos. So let's turn that off. That's up to you whether you want to show that or not. Okay, let's save that. Okay, and then we have meta display here. This just shows you what information is going to be shown in the video. So we have the length, the number of views, and the title by default. But you can select any of these that you like and deselect any that you don't like. So it's up to you how you want that to work. Okay, in provider feed, make sure only retrieve embeddable videos. You're going to need that on. And you also have here whether to filter racy content. So it's set at moderate. You can change that to a higher setting if you need to. Okay, leave this API key alone unless you have one of your own. And then the number to retrieve at a time here. Just leave that at its default. So that's all we need in there. We have some advanced settings here. Okay, this is all to do with caching, which speeds things up. I suggest you just leave that alone unless you have a reason you want to change it. You can change the date format. You don't want to enable debugging. Take that off. Okay, and you can disable different types of retrieval here. Don't do that unless you know what you're doing. Okay, and this is the short code keyword. You don't need to change this. This is just what you put in your post to retrieve videos for that post. Okay, so we'll save that. Okay, so at this point, TubePress is ready in the default mode for us to put up our first page. So let's do that. We're going to create a post and add new. And then we'll do, using our keyword that we have as a default, funny dog tricks. Okay, and then this is where we put our short code in here. Okay, so that's how you put it in there. But before we do that, you want to have some description above it, because you need some things here for the search engine to see. Okay, so put in a description above here. Okay, so first I put funny dog videos, which is the main keyword for the particular post we're doing. And we want to start with that, and I have it highlighted here. Okay, so to do that, I'm in HTML mode here, and I just highlight what I want, and then I just click the B, and then I put the tags around it. Now you could also be in visual mode like this, and you can do it this way. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is click the proper category over here, and you can add new categories on the fly here if you need to. Okay, we want to make sure that we have post tags in here. So make this the same as the keyword that you're targeting for this post and these videos. And then down a little further here, we can put our title, description, and keyword down here for search engine purposes. Okay, so once you have all that on there, you can go ahead and publish. Okay, so we have our first post created. Let's go now and have a look. Okay, now you'll see that we're a little bit, our width here is a little restricted on this theme, and we haven't set up our sidebars here yet. So let's go in and fix that. Okay, so here's our sidebars. I'm going to disable sidebar 1 in the CSS. I know how to do that, so I'm going to do that. If you don't know how to edit CSS, of course, you're not going to be able to edit your theme. But I'm going to do that because I do know how. And then I'm going to just use sidebar 2. So what I want here is I want search. And I want categories. We'll put choose your category. Okay, and then you can pick how you want it to show here. I'm going to save that and close, and then I'm going to put archives in here. And I'm going to save that. Okay, so now when we go and have a look at it, you'll see since I changed the CSS that it widened out the main side here, and then over here we're just using sidebar 2. Okay, so there's what it looks like when you click on here. It should play the video. And there it goes. Okay, so we have the beginnings of our site done now. The next video I'm going to show you how you can set up different pages for different categories of videos.